What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Andy here. Gonna bring you another MTG Arena draft video. Hopping back into Wilds of Eldraine before it hops off Arena within the next, I think, 2 days or so. So I'm gonna try to jam one of these drafts before we get back into the swing of Murders at Karlov Manor. Yeah, so let's jump into it. We had a first draft probably 2 or 3 days ago that went all right. We did not trophy, but we went 6-3. So, wow, lots of white in the pack. Lots of good white-red in the pack. So Werefox Bodyguard is interesting. It's kind of more like a protection spell than it is like an aggressive creature. Since it does have flash, you can flash it in whenever one of your other strong creatures is targeted, maybe one of your bombs, so that you can flash it in, exile it, protect it, and then you can pay 1 and a white to sacrifice it and gain 2 life. Then you get your other creature back. You can also use it as a removal spell, potentially, on an opponent's creature. But just keep in mind that once Werefox Bodyguard does die, the opponent will get that creature back. So, we have a Hopeful Vigil. We have a Cut-In. Sorcery Speed removal deals 4 damage and also creates a Young Hero role token. Ratcatcher Trainee. Gingerbread Hunter. So yeah, lots of good white in the pack. Cut In is probably the best red spell. I'd be pretty inclined. We played Boros Aggro for our first draft back in Wilds of Eldraine. We may do that again. We'll see. It is one of the better color pair archetypes in the format, in my opinion. I think we'll grab the Cut In. I don't have particularly strong feelings about the Werefox Bodyguard. I think Hopeful Vigil is also a really solid pick. Probably Gallant Pie Wielder tied for 3rd with the Gingerbread Hunter. Maybe even behind Gingerbread Hunter. So yeah, between Hopeful Vigil and Cut In, yeah, we'll go with the Cut In. Okay, awesome. So, Omniscience is pretty wild. 10 mana, you can cast anything from your hand for free. Belligerent of the Ball, Taken by Nightmares is great. Instant speed exile removal. Particularly well suited in black-white. There's also a Hamlet Glutton in the pack. I think to follow up pick 1, Belligerent of the Ball is a good pick. Which is kind of interesting because I think that was our second pick in the first draft we did, where we wound up Boros Aggro. So apologies for the lack of diversity in the content, but if that's the direction we go, that's the direction we go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab the Belligerent here over Hamlet Glutton. Bitter Chill, Greta. In a world where we first picked the Gingerbread Hunter and then went Hamlet Glutton, pack 2, I think this would be a pretty solid pickup with Greta. I know that red-white aggro or even red-black aggro is not quite the home for Collector's Vault. But if we want to trigger Celebration, We can loot, we can draw a card, discard a card, and then create a treasure. So it is good that it produces that additional permanent whenever you might need it. Flick a coin, deals 1 damage, creates a treasure token, and replaces itself. It's fine. Gnawing Crescendo. I think I would pick Flick a Coin over Gnawing Crescendo. Yeah, if we pick those green cards first and second, I would definitely go ahead and scoop up the Greta, but kind of in an awkward position with our red here. So I don't know, red blue pairs pretty well. Yeah, let's stay open for the time being. I'm just gonna pick up this Flick a Coin. Okay, so we got some good white removal. Cooped Up. It is a permanent, so it helps trigger Celebration. 1 and a white, enchant, granted. Enchanted creature can attack or block, and then you can pay mana later to just exile it straight up. Splashy Spellcaster pairs, I guess its home is red-blue. I think I'll snag this Cooped Up. There's also a Prophetic Prism in the pack. Stockpiling Celebrant in the pack as well. Huh. I'm almost inclined to pick up this Aquatic Alchemist in the event that we should be going blue-red. I don't really like the reindeer. Although in an aggressive deck, we have a Cooped Up, which is an enchantment. We have a Cut In, which creates an enchantment roll token. That could be fine. I just don't think it's super great. Yeah, let's just go Aquatic Alchemist. I think we'll be fine. Redcap Thief is a pretty safe pick here, being in base red over a Bellowing Bruiser or a Harried Spearguard. Graceful Takedown's really good removal. We don't have a lot of enchanted creatures just yet. Again, we do have the Cut In. But yeah, let's go Redcap Thief over Light Blades. I like Besotted Knight. We do need stuff on the low end of our curve. If we don't end up red-blue, if we end up red-white, we do need a good bit of 2-drops, 1s and 2s. Probably just pick up the house mouse. There we go. Another ash. Prophetic Prism, Evolving Wilds. Green Tricks. Okay. So the Hopeful Vigil did not wheel. But we do have Knight of Doves, Reindeer, and Savior of the Sleeping. So these are all either kind of not necessarily in white-red. They're kind of like white-green, white-black cards. I think it's between the two 3-drops. It's between Savior and Knight of Doves. I believe Knight of Doves is an uncommon, so I'm a little more inclined to go that direction. We have, we have the enchantment removal. We also have some of these, I guess we will have some of these roll tokens by the end of the draft. We've got one in cut in, so yeah, I think I'll go ahead and get that. Get the Knight so that we can create some burbs whenever our enchantments hit the graveyard. Moment of Valor could be good if we're punching up, if we're playing kind of a lower to the ground game, lower curve with 2s, 2-drops and some 3-drops. That could be nice interaction. Or we could go for the 3/3 flyer as a curve topper that also brings in one of these roll tokens. So it triggers Celebration, plays into some of our enchantments matter cards. Yeah, let's go Charmed Clothier. There we go. We get a Moment of Valor anyway. Grab that. I'll grab a Prophetic Prism. Helps fix your colors. And it replaces itself. Awesome. We also got a 1-drop. Red 1-drop. Ooh, there we go. That is the rare. One of the rares. Sneak Attack is the other rare. The Adventure Side is an instant that deals 3 damage to any target. And then the static ability on the main creature, which is a 3/1, is instant and sorcery spells you control have lifelink. So, pretty good. I think we'll go with that. Boundary Lands Ranger, also in the pack. Its home is in red-green, where they care about power 4 or greater. But, with Belligerent of the Ball, Ash, who can get bigger, we have some tricks to pump creatures. Obviously, we can get the loot ability there. But yeah, I think the pack here is just the rare, the Heartflame Duelist, so we'll grab that. Also have a Daredevil in the pack. Hamlet Glutton again, if we had gone the green route. Yeah, lots of good green. Vanguard, Lookout, Utopia Sprawl. I think we're going to go Archon's Glory here. Really solid combat trick for just 1 mana. If we can bargain it away, we can give a creature flying and lifelink. Yeah, we'll be able to, bargain tokens, our Prophetic Prism. Scoop that up. There's another one. Lots of good black removal. Stab Wound. Feed the Cauldron. Yeah, we've got Archon's Glory again, Moment of Valor again. Return Triumphant. Savior of the Sleeping. See what the curve looks like. I don't know if we want a second flick a coin just yet. Let's check out creature, non-creature. 8/6. I might pick up this Return Triumphant so that we can buy back our Ash or our Heartflame Duelist. Then it gets a Young Hero role attached to it. I think I might go ahead and grab my first copy of that. And then in subsequent packs, we can go Savior of the Sleeping. Maybe I should go Archon's Glory here. A second Archon's Glory. Push damage. Just get pretty aggressive. I do like the idea of potentially bargaining away our roll tokens to get whenever an enchantment you control is put into a graveyard triggers. Let's grab the second Archon's Glory and then, keep an eye out for Return Triumphants and Saviors of the Sleeping moving forward. Okay. Glass Casket is good. Lots of good options here. I think the pick is probably Grand Ball Guest. I think that is the better 2-drop compared to Unassuming Sage. Even though you do have the flexibility of playing Unassuming Sage on turn 4. We're not quite the deck to be playing Glass Casket. I think if anything, we want to get rid of bigger creatures, and Glass Casket caps at mana value 3. So Cut In is really good. We can just completely remove a big boy, a 4 toughness creature. Flick a Coin is more so for triggering Celebration by getting that treasure token. Moment of Valor helps us with the big ones. So let's go Grand Ball Guest here. Fill out our 2-drop slot a little bit more. Okay. Karmic Justice. Cool card. I don't know if this deck is the home for it, though. Although notably it is an enchantment for us to potentially bargain away. I kind of like Boundary Lands Ranger here as the pick. We do need to reliably get creatures up to power 4 before combat. I think that's possible with Ash, with some of our Young Hero role tokens as well, or just any of our tokens. So yeah, I think that's the pick. Return Triumphant in the pack, Merry Bards in the pack, but yeah, we'll go ahead and grab the Ranger to help loot late game, get rid of some of our lands if we're flooding. So I think here Cooped Up is the kind of easy pick. Not a huge fan of Protective Parents. Another creature to create a roll token though. Witch's Mark is fine. But yeah, we'll grab the Cooped Up. Okay. So we've got the Savior of the Sleeping or Merry Bards. I think probably go Merry Bards to reliably trigger Celebration. It's a 3-drop, but you can pay 1 mana when it comes in. So ostensibly you can play it on turn 4. It can be your 4-drop curve, and you get the Young Hero roll token, so you trigger Celebration. Snag that. So we have an Armory Mice or another Grand Ball Guest. I like the effect in the body better on Grand Ball Guest. Not a huge fan of the 3-1 in this format. I think 2-2 is a little better statted, and it still becomes a 3-3, and it has additional upside of getting trample, whereas the Armory Mice just gets +0/+2. So it just becomes a 3-3 with no other abilities, whereas Grand Ball Guest becomes a 3-3 with trample. So we'll pick up the Grand Ball Guest. Return Triumphant. Eventually we will probably pick up a Return Triumphant. But when they're better cards in the pack, we'll grab the better cards. So I'll grab the Daredevil here. Minecart Daredevil. Break the Spell. Kindled Heroism. I don't think I'm going to play either one of these. Sideboard the Break the Spell in case there's like some weird use case of destroying our own enchantment. I guess we can destroy an opponent's cursed roll or something like that they put on our creature. So Moment of Valor, Return Triumphant, Savior of the Sleeping. Where are we at creature-wise? 13 and 8. We're seeing a bunch of these Saviors of the Sleeping. I don't think it really matters. I think we're going to continue to see a bunch of these cards, multiple copies of those cards. So I'll just go ahead and grab Return Triumphant, grab Witch's Mark, second Mary Bard's here instead of a second Return Triumphant, third Archon's Glory. Ooh, Gruff Triplets, probably one of, if not the best rare in the format. So you create 2 copies of it when it ETBs, so it's a 3/3 with trample. So you create 3 3/3s with trample. Whenever one of them dies, you put 3 +1/+1 counters on your other tokens. So you just like go off. You gotta kill them all at the same time, or kill multiples at the same time. I think we're gonna go towards the tower here. Over a second belligerent of the ball, although that would be good. I'm gonna cut one of the Archon's Glories. Instant and sorcery spells we control have lifelink as long as we have Heartflame Duelist out. So, deal 2, deal 3, gain some life is nice. I have a feeling that this will not be a Prophetic Prism deck, so I'm going to take that out. We may cut the Witch's Mark. We'll see. Have the potential to cut the Flick a Coin. But yeah, let's grab the Torch the Tower, see how our removal shapes up. I'm going to grab the Edgewall Pack here. It is the 4 mana 3/3 with Menace Doggo that brings in a 1/1 rat with it, so triggers Celebration. The uncommon, one of the uncommons in the pack, red uncommon, is the Tattered Ratter. Whenever a rat you control becomes blocked, it gets +2/+0. If that wheels, we can snag it. We don't have a lot of I don't think we have any rat token synergies in the deck yet. But yeah, we'll pick Edgewall Pack up. Maybe something will shake out. Oh, wow. Jeez. Aggravated Assault would be freaking phenomenal. I don't know. I don't like a lot of these enchantments, the Enchanted Tales slot in these packs. It's just kind of like, do you want to put that in a draft deck? 8 mana, get an additional combat. Stroke of Midnight is pretty unconditional removal, just replaces whatever you're destroying with a 1/1 token, another Belligerent of the Ball, another Torch the Tower. With Torch the Tower, I would be inclined to cut probably the Flick a Coin. It's between Torch and Belligerent. I mean, this is already looking like a better version of the aggressive Boros deck that we did for the first video. This has gone actually much better than that first draft. We just gotta get Torch. It's like the best removal spell pretty much in the format. So let's cut that Flick a Coin. I don't think we're gonna play anything from this pack. Like maybe Light Blades, but probably not. I think our removal is already better than that. Collector's Vault, and I'll probably just sideboard it. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Two of the best white 3-drops in the pack. There's the Gallant Pie Wielder, 2/3 with first strike, Celebration, gets double strike, and then Stockpiling Celebrant. When it ETBs, you may return another target non-land permanent you control to its owner's hand if you scry 2. So we have a couple creatures with ETB triggers that could be good with. We don't have any sagas at the moment. Creatures that have adventures on them are good to bounce back. Huh. I think I'm going to grab the Pie Wielder based on the makeup of our deck currently. If we had a couple different cards, like if we had the Hopeful Vigil, the 2-mana enchantment, if we had the white Saga that exiles an opponent's creature on its first step, I would definitely pick the Stockpiling Celebrant over the Pie Wielder. But yeah, just given the consistency of our deck as it stands, I think I'm going to go Pie Wielder. Okay, so we got some good options here as well. Besotted Knight, 2-Unveil Guide, Cut In, Ratcatcher Trainee. 1610. So we are gonna have to make a couple cuts. I think I don't know that we need a second cut in, given we have 2 Torch the Towers, 2 Cooped Ups, and a Moment of Valor. I'm pretty inclined to go Ratcatcher Trainee. I think that's the most... value. Because we get the adventure side where we can trigger Celebration, we can create the 2 1/1 rat tokens, and then we can play it as a 2-drop to potentially trigger Celebration a second time on a subsequent turn with another low-costed creature. 2-Unveil Guide is also here. It's probably Trainee, then 2-Unveil Guide, then Cut In, or Cut In and 2-Unveil Guide, kind of tied for second. But yeah, I'm gonna grab the Trainee here. No sack outlet, so I don't really want to grab the Act of Treason. Another Minecart Daredevil, Evolving Wilds, Tap Downs, probably a second Minecart Daredevil. Dragon Mantle. We don't have any flyers. I suppose we could put it on a burb. We're set. I mean, I'll just grab the Dragon's Mantle. We gotta make a couple cuts, so it might not even make the final deck. Grab the 1-drop. Okay. Tattered Ratter made it back. Go sideboard. 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 And sideboard. Okay. Alright, so we got some cuts to make. I think we'll probably cut the Witch's Mark, Tattered Ratter, Dragon Mantle, Keep Guard, one of the Daredevils, maybe even one Archon's Glory. We have Minecart Daredevil. We have plenty of removal. Yeah, let's cut one Glory. Do we maybe cut a Mary Bards? How many enchantments do we have? 2. We have the 2 cooped ups, but then we also have roll tokens. How many roll tokens do we have? It's 1. Two, 3, 4, 5. That's 7 enchantments. I don't think Knight of Doves is really going to cut it for that. So let's maybe cut that. I do like the Return Triumphant to buy back a Belligerent of the Ball or Gallant Pie Wielder or an Ash. I think I'm going to cut one of the Mary Bards. So that puts us at 40. 15 and 8. Yeah, I think this is a much better build of the deck we made last video. Let's check the mana distribution. Yeah, 9 red, 8 white. That looks good. Awesome. Let's run it. Let's do it. Let's poke him for 1. Poke him for another 1. Pretty awesome curve out here. We just need a 4th land. I think we can go 1 here. I would like to save the Merry Bards until we have 4 mana. So let's go. Yeah, we'll go here. We'll pair a 1. Make opponent double block. Cool with that. We're gonna get some trample damage through as well. We've got cut in, got moment of valor. Looking good. Looking good, looking good. Let's go. I think let's go ahead and just, I know this is mana inefficient, but let's go ahead and use the removal on the Heartflame Duelist first. And then when we play them, or after we play them, we can use cut in and get some lifelink off of that. Or we can just go ahead and cut in. Okay. I guess we could have put the young hero on Merry Bards so that we could start triggering our Boundary Lands Ranger, but all good. Let's just full send and see what they do. Kellen's Light Blades maybe, or just sack the food for life. Okay, so go down to 3. Let's just go here, and then we'll hold up combat trick. Nice. Good game. Okay. No 1-drop, but we looking good on a 2 and a 3. Plenty of land. Awesome. If we draw Merry Bards or Edgewalt Pack, that would be perfect. trigger celebration. Anything to trigger celebration, really. Okay. Yes, perfect. We'll get there. Now we have something to bargain if we draw Torch the Tower or an Archon's Glory. Young Hero rolls only trigger when a creature's toughness is 3 or less. So we've gotten our use out of the Young Hero roll there. So opponent gonna get 1 lifelink damage in. We can get a big ol' swing in. And then if opponent kills anything, we can bring back any of our creatures with Return Triumphant, and it will trigger Celebration because they'll also get a Young Hero roll attached to them. Okay. So if we return Triumphant our Pie Wielder and get Celebration, we'll have 2 3/3s. Best block for opponent is on the Merry Bards. So we'll gain 2 health, go to 8. We'll hit them for 6, they'll go down to 2. I think that's probably the play. And then we can exile Obira at opponent's end step. I think Torch the Tower goes face. I can't remember for sure. I think it's any target. That'd be a great draw. Anything that triggers... should exile it on cast there. Perfect. Yeah. Hopefully they don't counter this. Okay. Let's go. Just one of our grand ball guests. So the likely block are 3/3 with 2/4, and what will become our 3/4 double strike with the 1/3. So they'll gain 3 life, they'll go up to 5, and we'll hit them for 4, bring them down to 1. And we'll kill one of their creatures, so long as they don't have interaction. They could potentially have a Candy Grapple here for -3/-3, or I guess -5/-5 if they bargain the token. We also have a 3/3 flyer left back, so all right, GG's. Okay. Hopefully we draw a Redcap Thief, play that turn 3. Or a Belligerent of the Ball, and then turn 4 we can double spell with the Grand Ball Guests and get the Celebration trigger that way. So I'm gonna go... I'm just gonna go ahead and deal 3 and get in for 2. And then next turn we can double spell. I'll probably play both of the Grand Ball Guests so that on turn 5 I can play the Duelist and hopefully another permanent as well. Excellent. Alright, so we will go 2 green mana. I don't think there's really anything at instant speed they could have here, so I think we're clear. Okay, we get a 1/1. And opponent scoops. Nice. GG's. Something about those Boros Aggro decks, I'll tell you what. Mishra. We'll keep. We have early removal, but we really need to draw a 2 or a 3 drop. Get some sort of board presence. You know, especially for playing matchup. Nope. I'm not going to cooped up a 1/1. Sure. Take 3. Jeez. It's gonna be like that, huh? Drawn 2 lands. Okay, so we will... We're gonna cooped up their Daredevil. There we go. We'll attack with our Rat token. Play out our Grand Ball Guest. Probably pretty clear to opponent that we have an Archon's Glory in our hand. Just with the priority shifting and getting held up. I'm going to go ahead and use our Archon's Glory here. I'm going to bargain away our rat token. Gain some life. Okay. So we still don't have anything we can use here, unfortunately. I mean, let's see if they block here. Okay, cool with that. So I'm gonna play up the Grand Ball Guest, and if they attack with their Merry Bards next turn, I will block. And then on the following turn, on our turn, we can return Triumphant. Get it back with a young hero roll token. Let's see if they have a combat trick here. They do not. Go ahead and exile. Okay, so they have 2 tappers. Okay. There we go. Let's go. I don't love this, but if we want to catch up here, we need to be pretty aggressive, and we stand to do so by getting +1/+1 counters on both our creatures. So next turn, if both of them live, next turn when they attack, they get, yeah, they would get pumped up to 4/4s. Okay, so opponent just wants to race here. So next turn they'll hit us for 5. I think we need to attack, because if we don't and we try to block, or if we don't attack with the intention of blocking the guard, they'll just tap it down. So hopefully next turn we draw some removal and can deal with, hopefully we draw a Torch the Tower and we can kill this rat. Or the tapper, probably the rat. But yeah, I think that's game, because we will... They're gonna tap our Grand Ball Guest down. But it would be unblockable here otherwise. Yep. GG's. Sure. The Mystical. Ooh. Ooh. good cards, but no planes. I think we'll mull. We'll keep this. And probably get rid of Moment of Valor. So next turn we can, I guess let's give +1/+1, and then we can hold up Torch. Okay. Okay, so Torch goes creature or planeswalker. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Let's go red source here. And then we'll pest problem at opponent's end step. Make some rats. Okay. Let's go rat attack. Ratatata. Okay, so we will want to go ahead and cut in here, and we can put the young hero roll on our Spear Guard. Attacking for 4. Then next turn we can probably Pie Wielder and hold up Torch, and then on the following turn we can double spell with our mouse and our rat catcher. Okay. So opponent just playing a pretty defensive, Edgewell Pack. Opponent playing a pretty defensive blue-green deck. But yeah, let's stick to our plan. And we can just Pie Wielder. Why would you do that? Auto Tapper. Okay, opponent counters it. Just play the House Mouse. Wanted to hold up the red mana for Torch, but so it goes. That's why you need to manually tap your mana sometimes. We may have not had a target for it, so could be fine. Okay, so the 1/1 token, the fairy can only block creatures with flying. Yeah. So let's go Ash, and then we'll go Trainee, and then we'll swing with the squad, get buku damage. Opponent goes down to 3, and we're in a pretty solid place. Opponent does have a food that they can sacrifice for 2 mana to gain 3 life. So effectively at 6 life currently. They're going to lock down probably our Ash. They're going to stun it for a turn, so it won't untap next turn. I think in that case I may hold on to the Edgewall pack. We'll see. We'll see what we draw. But I may hold on to the Edgewall pack until Ash is not stunned. Interesting. Well, yeah, I guess they can't block with it. So we could... So they only have 1 blue mana. I can't think of a combat trick for 1 blue mana, so they do not have the mana to sack their food to gain life. So if we... Let's go ahead and play out our land. If we torch the Sprite, they block our 2/1, we'll get 4 damage through. So I think we are safe. I think we are safe to go ahead and just straight up not bargain and swing in. Yep, got it. GG's. So we're 4-1. We need 3 more wins to get that trophy. I don't love it. Don't love it. But I don't necessarily want to mulligan down to 5 and potentially have an as bad a hand. We'll just keep. Hopefully we draw red source. There we go. Perfect. Opponent's got light blades. Ooh, creates a 2/2 knight. But they don't block with it? Okay. Alright, 2/3 for strike. Okay. Let's go... I think let's just deal 3 here. They're gonna Archon's Glory. +2/+2. Okay. So I think next turn we will want to Heartflame Duelist and hold up Moment of Valor so that we have a royal roll to attach to the Duelist to get the Ranger trigger. So I'm going to not attack here in case they want to trade. I'm going to keep the Ranger around so that we can start to loot. Or I guess rummage, discard, and then draw. Okay. So let's... They're holding up removal, I would think. But let's go... Is it a bad move to Ash into Duelist so that we attack with Ash as a 3/3? I mean, they've got... I would assume they have something in their hand. Yeah, let's just go ahead and... Let's go ahead and do this. Because that kind of follows our original plan of having a 3-powered creature out. If they destroy Ash or kill Ash, yeah, then we still have the Duelist for 3 power to give the Royal roll to. Okay. Okay. So we could swing for 5 here. +1/+0 and indestructible. Let's maybe just swing first and see if they block. Yeah, we'll do this. Cool. And then we'll hang on to the cooped up. Excellent. We'll just cooped up that. Hold up Torch. We can also exile Scream Puff at opponent's end step. Create a food token. Okay. Okay. So opponent is going to. There's the battlefield. Up to one target creature gets minus life you gain. So they're going to give -3/-3 to something. So we'll let that enter. They'll choose their target. We can torch in response, gain some life ourselves off the Duelist, and then Duelist dies. Let's go Clothier. We'll hang on to the land in case we get a creature up to power 4 and we can rummage away the land. So let's see what opponent's got. Looks like nothing. Okay, Neva. So they're going to get a creature. Okay, they're going to get their enchantment back. So we are on a little bit of a clock here. We definitely need to swing. Next turn, they're going to cooped up something. Okay, so we're going to trade with Neva. We're going to get 3 in, and then next turn, they're likely going to cooped up our Clothier. So it's kind of top decking from here on out. Opponent's got nothing, though. Let's get the heart of the cards. Let's get the heart of the cards here. Exodia. Cool. We will do adventure first. And then we're just going to play out the creature. Toonville Guide. Letter. Belligerent of the Ball. Toonville Guide is now going to become... It's not going to get out of reach. Oh, huh, okay. Game. That's game. GG's. Got super lucky with that top deck there. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful hand. That's a keeper. We'll lead on Ash. We have the potential to turn 3, deal 3 damage to a blocker any blocker they have. Otherwise, we can... Oh, cool. That's great as well. Yeah, this is perfect starting hand. Great first draw. If we can get one more land, we'll be golden. Okay. So opponent is playing big stuff. Let's go. I think we want to just go create 2 1/1 rats. Get the celebration trigger so that Ash gets a counter. Then next turn we have a combat trick. We have multiple combat tricks. We have removal. Opponent's just chilling. Opponent is setting up the board. So we're just going to try to get underneath them as best as possible. I think we want to go... Grand Ball Guest into House Mouse. Get the celebration trigger. Attack in for 6. I don't think there's a board wipe in this format for 4 mana. So opponent's going to play something big. Draw a card. Okay, Mother Goose. That's a good one. We're going to coop it up, though. Coop it up. I guess let's go cooped up into Ratcatcher Trainee. We'll get Celebration. Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage. Yeah, opponent just took super long to get set up there. And that's what happens when you play against a Boros Aggro deck. You get punished for doing that. This deck is playing out much better than the first Boros Aggro deck we put together. Card quality is just so much better. So we're on the draw. Opponent goes first. We will mull. And that is much better. Let's keep and get rid of the expensive card. Torch. Okay. They might have a Daredevil. +2/+1. Okay. Let's go. I think let's go. Let's just play out the Duelist. And then Torch. Gain some life. That'll get exiled. We'll attack for 2. Next turn we'll go land Edgewall Pack. Probably swinging with both, if not just the Duelist, depending on what creature they play here. And if it gets blocked. And then on the subsequent turn we could... Nice. Yeah, so we'll trade. We'll trade for that. Let's go. Swing away. Cool. Let's actually go Belligerent of the Ball here, and then next turn we can get the Celebration trigger off of Edgewall Pack. And then we can give something +1/+0 and Menace, potentially. Okay, they're gonna cut in. Alright. Opponent wants to race. Opponent wants to race. So let's see. So when we return Triumphant and we get our Belligerent back, I believe it'll still get the +1/+0. No? Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay, cool. So let's go Swing in for 6. And just play up the land. Doesn't really matter. Opponent spends a second removal spell on the belligerent. The great thing with belligerent is when we play Edgewall Pact next turn, it'll still get the celebration trigger. So I think we want to we're gonna put it on the ranger. That way we get 3 in, and they trade with the 3/1. Perfect. So we have a 3/3 with Menace. No blocks. See if they play a second creature after combat. It's a big hit. Cut in would be awesome. Cooped up would be awesome. Okay. So we have lethal on board. Not sure what the opponent might have, but let's just go for it. Because we have 3 with Menace. They're going to block our 2/2. Then we're going to get an additional 1 through. Okay. So we get 1. And then we'll go Pie Wielder. Yeah. Yeah. Opponent swings in with Daredevil. We have to chump. We're pretty dead here. Maybe we draw a cut in and we can kill the Daredevil, but then opponent swings in for 6. Let's see, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Yeah, so opponent's gonna swing in for potentially 6 next turn. So we need to, what do we need to do? We're gonna go ahead and swing out. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So we are going to +2/+1 our ranger. So that way they don't get a bird. And then we will play the 4/2, trade off Daredevils, so they'll get us for 4. Hopefully they don't have a combat trick. Monstrous Rage. Monstrous Rage would be really bad. Okay. Let's see if they have a creature. If we draw Cooped Up, Cut In. Yeah, if we draw a removal here, we're... No, that's it. That's it. Okay. Play Grand Ball Guest as a blocker. And then, yeah, we just gotta draw removal after that. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. GG's. Had a good time. Had a fun time playing with you. All right, 6 and 2. Let's finish it off. Booger Boy. Last game. Last game against the Booger Boy. Yeah, I keep that. I'll keep that hand. Opponent mulls down to 6. Excuse me, Booger Boy mulls down to 6. Hand's looking pretty good. Opponent's not doing anything, so take advantage of that. We draw a land, we can cut in. Otherwise, we have Daredevil, we have Cooped Up. Yeah, let's go. Gonna torch our Ranger. Nope. Okay. Let's go. We could go Cooped Up and then hardcast the Daredevil. Or we could try to get Trixie and +2/+1. There's a drawback to trying to get Trixie if they have Torch. So let's just go... Let's just Cooped Up. So we're going to get at least 6 in here. Do we want to discard that? I don't know that we want to discard that. Yeah, awesome. GG's. Got that trophy, baby. In conclusion, the State of the Union is strong. This was like probably the best deck in the format. I'd say this or just like green-black, blue-green soup, you know, 3-color, 4-color soup decks. Yeah, if you can get under your opponent quickly and just curve out, if they're trying to take time to set up with any of these like Enchanted Tales cards, you know, 2-3 mana plays where they're just like not putting a body on the board and they're just like setting up and like trying to get pieces in place for some other long-term game plan. If you can get underneath that, it's a super successful strategy. So Ash, really awesome. Love this signpost uncommon. The celebration mechanic worked out really well. You know, if you are going wide and making multiple creatures, whether it's with Ratcatcher Trainee, creating your rat tokens, we did not pick up a Imidane's Recruiter that for 5 mana you create 2/2/2 Knight tokens, but like, you know, Edgewall Pack, get your 3/3 with Menace, get your 1/1 Rat, any of these Redcap Thief, any of these cards that are bringing in extra stuff, extra things to trigger celebration, just really great. Grand Ball Guest, excellent 2-drop, 2 copies of Cooped Up, 2 copies of Torch the Tower, copy of Cut In for removal, you know, Combat Trick and Moment of Valor, Archon's Glory, as well as the +2/+1 on the Daredevil. Just really really awesome, aggressive deck, curving out, going sideways, turning sideways, getting some attacks in. So yeah, really happy with the way the deck performed. It was a much better build, much better version of the build than we had in our first draft. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and may get one more Wilds of Eldraine draft in before we switch back to Murders at Karlov Manor. We'll see. I think we have like a little under 2 days left to get some of that content in. So we shall see. But regardless, yeah, we're gonna be drafting. Always be drafting. ABD. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe if you are so inclined, and we'll bring you another video soon.